Okay, so we have inequalities. Now, when you have inequalities, these two signs, like if you were to make that with your hand and straighten it up, those resemble an L. So since they resemble an L, that's like less than, okay, so less than, fewer than, no more, okay, the no more is like the opposite. At most, those things represent the less than, okay? And then if it's the other direction, it's going to be greater than, right, bigger. So on your number line, we are going to shade, we're going to circle where the number is represented. If there's a line underneath it, so if there's a line underneath the inequality, like when I say a line, like it looks like part of an equal sign, then you're going to shade it in. So if there's a line, then you're going to shade. If there's no line, you're going to leave it open. Okay, and then you're going to shade the direction that it says. So this, on number 1, says R is greater than. Okay, R is greater than -6. So I'm going to go to -6 on my number line. I'm going to put a circle. That's what I'm talking about. Now it's greater than. It's not equal to, so I'm going to leave it open. Greater means I'm going to shade to the right. So I'm going to shade everything to the right because these numbers are bigger than -6. On number 2, I'm comparing it to 4. So I'm going to find 4 on my number line. There is a line underneath it, so that means I'm going to shade in the 4. X is greater than, that's what that means, greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to 4. Now since it's greater than, I'm going to shade to the right. So you shade to the right. Everything to the right. I could pick any number and that would be true. See, if I put an 8 in there, 8 is greater than or equal to 4. If I were to pick a 10, 10 is greater than or equal to 4. All of those are true. Okay? So on number 3, this symbol right here, see, if I straighten that up, it looks like an L. So this is less. It is less than, and that line means equal to, less than or equal to. So since there's a line, I'm going to shade it in. So I find 2, I shade it in. Less means I go left. So the hand that makes an L, which is on the left side of your body, so left, you go left. So I shade everything to the left. So I could pick any number from this side. I could say 0. 0 is less than or equal to 2. That's a true statement. Anything on the left side would make that true. Number 4, this says Y is less than. There's not an equal to, so there's not a line underneath it. It's just less than. So I go to 1, put a circle. Less means you go left. So I shade to the left. Okay. Number 5, X is greater than. Greater than. So there's not a line, I leave it open, so find your 3, and then greater means you shade to the right. Number 6, C is less than. Okay, see this looks like an L, looks like a crooked L, less than, and since it has this line, you say or equal to. -3, so I find -2, I shade in -2 because of the line, and then less than, you shade to the left. You shade to the side that has the L. Okay? Now, on the next set, I've got to solve the inequality first. So you're going to solve it, and remember when you solve it, you always do the opposite. So you're solving for R. I'm just going to go ahead and highlight all of my variables. Now, we're doing one-step equations, so if it's plus, then you're going to minus. Okay? So just like we do in class, the opposite of +3 is a -3. That gets rid of that +3. So R is greater than or equal to -8. So since there's a line, I'm going to shade in the -8. And it's greater to, so I'm going to shade to the right. Number 2. X, I'm going to move that -7 to the other side. That becomes a +7. So X is greater than 5. So since there's not a line, I leave it open. Since it's greater to, I shade to the right. Number 3, I move the -7 to the other side. That becomes a +7. So n is less than 2. There's not a sign, so I'll leave it open, and I shade to the left. Anything to that side to make that true. Number 4, take a negative 5 to the other side, that becomes plus 5. So y is less than or equal to 1. So when I find, now this has a less than or equal to, so the 1, I'm going to shade in the 1, it says less, so I'm going to go to the left. Now on number 5 through 8, there's a special thing. When you multiply or divide by a negative, when you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to reverse the sign, reverse the inequality. So you're going to flip it around. Okay, so if it's like this, you're going to make it like that. So you're going to reverse the inequality. All right? So you're going to switch it, you're going to turn it around. And that's only when you multiply or divide by negative. Okay? So I'm going to look through, I'm just going to go through and look at my variables. Here's b. That's a positive, so my sign's not going to change. This is a r, that's a negative, so I'm going to have to change my sign. I'm going to have to reverse my sign. Okay? This is a positive. This one is a negative. If it's a negative, you got to reverse the sign. Now this is only on multiplication division. Okay? So the opposite of multiplying is to divide. So I'm going to divide by 20. Okay? So b divided by negative 120 divided by 20, b is greater than or equal to negative 6. So since there's a line, I'm going to shade. So I put negative 6, I'm going to shade it, and then it's greater than, so I go to the right. On number 6, the opposite of multiplying is to divide. I'm dividing by a negative. Now when I divide by a negative, I've got to flip that sign. So it's going to change. This sign has to change and go the opposite direction. So greater than negative 2. So I'm going to open, circle negative 2, leave it open, and greater means go to the right. Okay. Number 7, this was a positive. This bar, if you forgot, that bar right there means divide. So the opposite of dividing is to multiply. So I'm going to multiply by 4. So x is less than 4. So open it and then shade to the left. Number 8, this is a negative, so I'm going to have to flip that sign. So instead of it being greater than, it's going to be less than. I have to flip the sign. And remember that symbol right there is division. That bar means to divide, so the opposite of dividing is multiply by a negative 2. So I'm going to multiply by a negative 2. So p is less than positive 4. So open, circle around the 4, and then shade to the left. And the nice thing about it is you can pick any number in, go in and plug it into your calculator and see if it's true. For example, this is p, I'm just going to show you this one. We could do it on all of them, but I could pick any number from this section right here. So let's say I just pick negative 3, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put negative 3 in for p. Okay, so I'm going to put that in right there for negative. I'm going to put negative 3 in for p. So I have the negative, and I have negative 3 over 2 greater than negative 2. I want to see if that's true or not. So on your calculator, I have negative, and I have control divide. On the top, I have negative 3. Oops. Let's make that a negative 3. On the bottom, I have a 2. Just a regular old 2. And then the inequality, I have control, and your inequality, that equal sign, there we go. Inequality is going to be less than, so I'm going to hit that, is less than negative 2. Now hit enter. You see, that is false. So I hit the wrong symbol. But if you look at here, when I changed it, I meant to put this symbol. So you see, I plugged it in with that symbol. That was correct. It should be the other way. So let's go back up and look on your calculator. If I go up, reverse it, hit enter. I'm going to change, go over and change that. Delete. To go to that, I went control, equal. So I said it was this sign. When I flipped it, that was what's on your paper. When you flip it, it should be greater than. Now hit enter. And see, that's true. So you can double check it to make sure that you did the right sign. Okay? So that was true when it's facing the other direction. Then when it's less than that, it became true. All right? All right, so let's look at number 9. So on these last few, we're going to set them up, and then we're going to solve them. A number increased, so that's plus. So n plus 17. Now, when it says is no less than, when it says like is less than or is no, remember is like the equal sign, so is no less than, it's either going to be one of these inequalities. Is no less than, look for is no less than, it's right here, okay? So that is the inequality that you're going to use. Is no less than, okay, I'm going to use that inequality. So greater or equal to 26. Now I'm going to solve it. The opposite adding 17 is to subtract 17, so n is greater than or equal to 9. Number 10, the product, remember product is multiplication, of a number and -3. So -3n is less than. Now, anytime it has a is in front of it, less than, then that's when you use inequality. Oops, that's the wrong one. It should have been this one because it did not say equal to. So since it didn't have equal to, I couldn't do the other one. So it's less than, I do not have a line, 27. So the opposite, remember this is multiplication, so the opposite of multiplying is to divide. So I'm going to divide by -3. Now when I divide by negative, I have to flip that symbol. So I have to flip it the other way. So n is greater than or equal to -9. Greater than -9. Number 11, 12. Now when you say that is, stop and look at it. Is at most. At most is that symbol. So less than or equal to a number decreased is minus by 7. So the opposite of subtracting 7 is to add 7. So 19 is less than or equal to n. That's your answer. And the very last one, the quotient, remember quotient is division. The quotient of a number, so that goes first, and -4. So a number divided by -4, and then you have this phrase, is less than. So is less than will not have an equal sign, 7. The opposite of dividing is to multiply. So I multiply by -4. Since you're multiplying by a negative, flip that symbol. So n is greater than -28.